Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing an experiment which makes you go geodes in your own house. So all you need to do is just follow these instructions, and this is what you need. So you need salt, some water, glue, transparent glue is the best, different colors of paint, and eggshells covered in salt on the inside. So for the first step, you take one eggshell and then wash it and then cover some glue on the inside. You can use your finger or use a paintbrush. I use my finger. And then you take some of the salt and just cover it on the inside. Then you will be done with the first step, like this. Okay, now for step 2, we have a glass of 150 milliliters of water, which is roughly 5 ounces of water, which is at room temperature now. So now I have a friend who came for this video for fun. Her name is Sahasra, and she's gonna add some salt into the glass of water, and let's see how much salt can dissolve in this glass of water. Okay, she's adding the salt into the water. 1. Okay, so you might be wondering how plain water is always so boring. It's just plain H2O. So what are we doing now? We're adding salt to it, so it's going to be something else. It's not going to be plain water. It's going to be something called a solution. The water is called the solvent, which is getting the thing dissolved in it. And the salt is the solute. And if you mix the solute into the solvent, it'll become a solution. And solutions can come in handy because they have other materials in it dissolved. And only a soluble substance can make a solution with water. If you add an insoluble one, it'll not be a solution.
Now we added 9 teaspoons of salt into the water, and it's no longer dissolving.
Yeah, why is it not dissolving anymore? So what happened is, we were adding more and more salt into the water, which is now a solution, but now it's not taking any more salt. So now what do we call that solution? Okay, if you go to my earlier videos, you'll see that I talked something about saturated solutions, unsaturated solutions and stuff, but this one is known as a supersaturated solution. We cannot dissolve any more salt in here.
I'm going to add colors to the solution to make the crystals look more prettier. I'm going to add colors to the solution to make the crystals look more prettier.
Now, for step 5, we added watercolors to the supersaturated solution and poured them all into the eggs. Now let them sit for between 12 hours and 1 day. Geodes can be found all over the world. Areas with the most geodes, however, tend to be deserts, volcanic ash beds, or areas with plentiful limestone. In the United States, for example, you can find plenty of geodes in California, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, Utah, Kentucky, Ohio, Illinois, and Indiana. Geodes are spherical to elliptical rocks that contain hollow cavities lined with crystals. There are crystals inside the geodes, but there is a small hole inside the geodes, small to big. The name geode comes from the Greek word geodes, which means earthlike. So of course it forms with the earth, so that's why it's named that. These unique rocks can be formed in a variety of ways. In volcanic rock, geodes start out as bubbles. Geodes can form in areas far away from volcanoes too. In sedimentary rock, geodes might start out as animal burrows, mud deposits, or even tree roots. Over time, the air, mud, or tree roots create a hollow cavity within the rock, while the outer edges harden into a spherical shape. Then the real scientific magic happens as groundwater begins to flow around and through these rocks. Groundwater naturally picks up a variety of minerals as it makes its way down from the surface. These minerals, including quartz, amethyst, and calcite, among others, become dissolved in the groundwater and then get deposited on the inside of developing geodes over long periods of time. Most expensive geodes are black calcite and amethyst. Amethyst is purple and it forms deep underground in heavy geodes. And black calcite is just like calcite. Calcite is white, but black calcite is actually rarer than white calcite. Fun fact, every geode is unique, just like our fingerprints. Welcome back for the follow-up of eggshell geodes. You should only follow those rules if you want this or this. Instead of getting a beautiful filled-in geode, we got a flat, ugly-looking eggshell full of colorful salt. That's it. And all the salt is falling out of the eggshell. So our experiment was a failure. But actually, experiments are always like that. Failures are always happening. All the videos I made, I tried 1,000,000 times before I got it to success. So, I'm showing you this is the first failure in a video, but I made millions of failures before. So watch our next video for success. Isn't it interesting? I hope it's interesting. Watch my next video of how I fix these geodes. Or, until then, bye-bye!